Hi, I'm Amanda, and I'm the Community Tours Manager with the Missouri Historical Society.
And I'm Emily. I'm a K-12 educator with the Missouri Historical Society.
And this video is part of Making Missouri, a year-long look at the 200th anniversary of Missouri statehood. And this month, we're focusing on how Missouri connected to the world. And Emily and I are here to talk about a time when the world came to St. Louis, when General Lafayette took St. Louis by storm.
General Lafayette, or Marie-Joseph Paul-Yves Roch Gilbert du Motier, the Marquis de Lafayette, was truly a modern-day celebrity. He came from a noble family in France known for their charisma and their chivalry and their complete contempt for danger. Because of his dashing good looks and his service in both the American and French revolutions, he truly was America's favorite fighting Frenchman.
Trademark Hamilton.
He was the closest thing we would know to a celebrity today in his time, and he would have had fans and admirers from all around the world. Because he was so well known all over, he was actually known as the man of two worlds in his time period. We know him today as one of the breakout stars of the musical Hamilton, and Amanda and I, as true fans, couldn't resist the opportunity to honor him by dressing up in costumes as true Lafayette fangirls.
You may be wondering why this candle is sitting over here. We're here talking about Lafayette. Why do I have a prayer candle of the great pop star Billie Eilish? That's because Billie Eilish's face is on this candle. And it's a great example of even today, how we put faces of celebrities on all kinds of items. T-shirts at concerts, or, faces on candles, faces on, the names on posters on your wall, on flags, things like that. And we want to show today how Lafayette was such a celebrity, and the idea of celebrity is nothing new to our culture. That he showed up as a celebrity in lots of ways when he made his trip through the United States in 1825.
So the Missouri Historical Society has a significant number of artifacts in our collection related to Lafayette's travels here in America. And we're going to start by looking at this map. This map from 1824 shows Lafayette's route through the United States. He was invited to tour the country by the President, James Monroe, and arrived on the East Coast in July of 1824. He visited every state in the Union, there were 24 at the time, and every major American city. He went to New York, he went to Philadelphia, Boston, New Orleans, and St. Louis. St. Louis had grown at this point in both size and importance, and this map shows that it was an important part of the country. Missouri itself had just entered the Union a couple of years before in 1821 and was a pretty new state. The country wouldn't get another state until 1836, and so this made Lafayette's visit a very special occasion for St. Louis and for the new state of Missouri.
So you're kind of saying like he was on tour?
Yeah, exactly.
Like a band would be.
Like a band would be today, that's right.
Well, interestingly, this is not the only thing we have from his visit to St. Louis. We actually also have several things that people would have been really excited to have, commemorating that visit. Things that, kind of allude to him being the Lancelot of the Revolutionary set.
Trademark Hamilton.
So Emily, since we are embodying Lafayette fangirls today, I am very excited to tell you that I have our invitation to tonight's ball here in St. Louis.
How fun.
It's going to be the largest ball St. Louis has ever had. And from what I hear, everybody will be dancing, the band will be top volume.
Trademark Hamilton.
So what are you planning on wearing?
That's a great question. I think I'm going to wear these gloves that I have. These gloves would have been made all over the country and purchased by everybody who wanted a souvenir of Lafayette's visit. They would have been worn maybe just to commemorate the fact that this was a special occasion, or maybe even to the balls that were given in his honor. One of my favorite stories about this, when Lafayette went to one of the balls and went to kiss the hand of a woman, he was greeted with the image of his own face.
I hope that happens to you tonight.
Me too.
Much like many celebrities today, even when they pass away, their fans look for ways to show their adoration and their dedication to them. That was no different when Lafayette passed away 9 years after his visit to St. Louis. Let Emily go into mourning here. She's going to talk to you about things that people would have used to show their love and adoration of Lafayette when he passed away.
That's right. People all over the state of Missouri and really all over the United States would have worn these mourning ribbons with Lafayette's face on them, showing his celebrity status, his incredible renown, and the fact that people really loved and adored him and wanted to remember and honor him. Even today, when a celebrity passes away, there's usually a huge outpouring of grief and people want to remember and commemorate that person. Things were no different for the Marquis de Lafayette.
Even 100 years after Lafayette's visit to St. Louis, St. Louisans were still big fans. Such big fans that they threw a huge ball in honor of the centennial of his visit. And it wasn't just any ball. They even invited the French ambassador to the United States to this big party. And to have an invitation to this ball was a real big social status and definitely something that families would have saved to show that they had been able to attend.
Check out our website and social media channels for more videos and content from this Making Missouri project.